Hi everyone, happy August. Welcome to Stampin' Peace with Mary Knabe. I am Mary, coming to you live from Westerville, Ohio. It's been, 10 days or so since I've done a Facebook Live. I was on vacation with my daughters and my daughter Andrea's fiance and his family at Wrightsville Beach, North Carolina last week. We had a great time, got home Saturday evening, and I've just been working away since yesterday morning, so it's good to be back in my Stampin' Peace studio and with all of you. So welcome. While I was gone, there were some posts and different information regarding our 2021 holiday catalog. Oops, I've got it out right here. Which launched on Tuesday, full of wonderful products for all of your holiday stamping and paper crafting needs. And then we also launched our summer celebration on Tuesday. And we've got promotions and incentives for people who shop, host, and join now through the end of September. This is the first time ever Stampin' Up! Has had a second celebration in the same year for us. So we're really excited about the summer celebration promotion, and I hope that you will take advantage of it either by shopping and earning free product from our celebration brochure, or you can host a Stampin' Up! Party either virtually or in person. My friend and dear customer, Joyce Wilhelm, is currently hosting a virtual party, and she will likely get the exclusive In Your Words stamp set for people who host a party with sales totals of $300 or more, and as well as some other free products I think she'll get with her Stampin' Rewards. And then lastly, if you join my team, the Merry Stampers, that's MERRY, now through September 30th, you get to choose one of 12 bundles from our holiday mini catalog, simply as an extra gift just for joining. And we'll talk a little bit about that more as the time goes on. In addition, I announced my first class to go of August, which is the Nature's Harvest class to go. Oops, I got all my stamps out here on the front because I've been working on that for different things. Let me flip these around. So with that class, you'll get this wonderful stamp set and the dies that go with it. You'll also get a full package of brushed metallic adhesive back dots for embellishing your cards. And then you'll get supplies to make 8 cards, 2 each of 4 different designs. And this is one of those designs of the cards that you'll be making. So information for that is on my blog, stampinpeace.com. You might even see a little blurb about it on my Facebook group here with the link to that blog post, and it went out in emails as well. So if you're part of my Stampin' Peace newsletter list, you would have seen that through an email, and there will be more reminders to come of that. If you're not part of the Stampin' Peace email list, let me know that you'd like to be added. That way you will always be the first to know about any of my classes and events, any Stampin' Up! Promotions, all kinds of great things. So today I want to show you how to make a spinner card. It's been a few years since I've made one of these, and I thought the Penguin Place bundle would be the perfect bundle to make a spinner card. So I'm going to flip my camera around now so I can get started right away showing you this fabulous project. While I'm doing that, if you would share this video I would appreciate it very much. Okay, as I was flipping my camera, I saw a message, a comment come through, question, and Pat has asked, she says she already has the Nature Harvest stamp set and dies. Does the option 2 come with instructions along with the papers? Yes. Options 1 and 2 always have the PDF tutorial included. There is no extra charge for the PDF tutorial. You can buy that tutorial separately for $15, or if you purchase the full class to go, it's included. Or if you purchase option 2, if you already have the bundle and don't need it, you can buy the card supplies, the embellishment, and the PDF tutorial comes with that. So yes, that's a great question. PDF tutorials always come with my classes to go. There is no extra charge for that. However, I do sell just the PDF tutorial for people who may be demonstrators or have the bundle and all the paper supplies and don't need that. That's always option 3. Okay, so I said we'd be using the Penguin Play stamp set and the Penguin Builder Punch for today's project, today's spinner card. I wanted to point it out in our holiday mini catalog. It's on page 33. There's some fabulous samples here that you might want to case. Oftentimes I do that, case samples from our catalogs. Why not? They're full of fabulous creative ideas. But I also wanted to point out to you that if you join my team during celebration, which goes through September 30th, the Penguin Place bundle that we're using today is one of the 12 options that you can choose for your free bundle to go along with your starter kit. So for $99 plus sales tax and no shipping on the starter kit, you get to choose $125 of product. And then in addition, through September 30th, you can choose any one of these bundles. And they range in price from, I guess this is the lowest priced one, $31.50, all the way up to, looks like this one is $60.25, in all values in between. So consider that. It's a great way to become part of my Merry Stampers community. We love to share. We love to share business tips, but also more so creative ideas. We have creative challenges and people can win prizes just for participating. So much fun. And you don't have to have classes or sell if you choose not to. Many of the people, I would say the majority of people on my team are what we call happy shoppers or discount shoppers or hobby demonstrators. So please consider that. I would love to have you. In addition to being all those perks of being on my Merry Stampers team, I also give free PDF tutorials to my team members. Just an extra perk, a way of me showing my appreciation for joining my team. All right, let's get started right away here. So here is the spinner card we're going to be making. Isn't this fun? Anybody would love this. Kids would love it. But honestly, I think anybody would love it. So here's the inside, and I'm going to show you now how to make this fabulous card. I have everything pre-cut. I'm going to show you this, and at the end I actually have another one to show you as well. So I am using Fresh Freesia, one of our in colors, Fresh Freesia, and I'm using the penguin paper that is part of our celebration brochure. This is a product that you can get free with a $50 Stampin' Up order. Okay, so a great bonus. And I do have a Penguin Place class to go coming up. It will be announced on August 22nd, so a couple weeks out, but it includes some of this gorgeous designer series paper. So I've got a standard size card base. This measures 5.5 by 8.5. I've got designer series paper that measures 5.25 by 4 inches. I've got 5.25 by 4 white, basic white for the inside of my card, as well as a 1/2 inch strip. This measures 3.25 inches long that I'm going to use for the sentiment right here. And then I also have a 3.5 inch square of the same color fresh freesia that I'm using for the card base. Now for this, you do need a Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine or similar. And you know what? I'm going to scoot this over because I want you to see here exactly what's happening. So I have chosen 2 of the dies from the Layering Circles dies collection. And let me double check here. I believe I used the 3rd largest plain circle, and I use, let's see, 1, 2, I believe the 2nd largest. Yes. So the 3rd largest plain circle and the 2nd largest scallop circle. And I'm just going to set the plain circle right inside. It fits perfectly inside that scallop circle. And I'm going to run it through. Be sure that it fits perfectly. Don't have it overlapping with any part of the outer die, because you could ruin your dies that way. But they should fit perfectly one inside the other. And the reason I'm doing that is, let me pull this all apart. This is what you'll be left with. Okay, we don't need to use the circle, but you can save that with your scraps to use on another card later, but you do want this ring, okay? And then you can set aside your scallop circle die, and this time we're going to use just the plain circle. But we have a little preparation before we actually put that into place. So my designer series paper is going to go on this card front. You do not want to adhere this permanently. What I'm going to do is just put a very tiny piece of adhesive, just very small, in the center of where I'm going to cut out my circle. Okay, so I've cut out the scallop that I'm using to trim, but I need to cut the circle, and I want it to go through both the front layer of my card base as well as the designer series paper. So I want to hold that DSP in place, but I want to be able to pick it up to when I'm ready to put the whole spinner card together. Now, I like to ensure that my circle is spaced evenly from side to side. So I'm just using my ruler to measure. And I just want to make sure I have equidistant from the left side of my DSP to the left edge of my circle, as well as the right side of the DSP to the right edge of my circle die. And I'd say that looks pretty good. Now, to keep that in place, I'm going to use a little bit of washi tape. Washi tape works wonders for us, doesn't it? And when you place the washi tape, you just want a little bit to catch the die, and you want to make sure to place it on the inside. The reason I'm telling you to place that washi tape on the inside of your die is because we aren't going to be using the cutout circles for this card. It's something also that we can save for later and use on another card. So most of the time, 90% of the time, I can pull off the washi tape and there's no damage to the paper. But I don't want to take a chance that I would damage my DSP that will be showing on my finished card. So that's why I have you put it on the inside of the circle die. So now it's time to cut this out. You want to be sure to open up the card, okay? Because you only want this cutting through the front, the card front. You don't want it going through the back side of the card, just the DSP and the card front. So I'm going to lay that on my platform and roll it through. And that's the last thing I need my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine for, so I'm just going to set that behind me. Punch this out. Okay, and now you see I've got everything lined up just as it should be, but it's loose, and that's very important in terms of putting our spinner card together. Oh, thanks for that. Welcome back, Diane. It is great to be back and be back in my Stampin' Piece studio. I always love being with my girls and spending time with family, but it's always good to be home too. And actually, my daughters leave early, very early tomorrow morning, and they're going on a vacation with their dad. So I'm happy that they get to do that as well. And I'll just be working away. And yes, I did get a pretty good tan. It rained a lot in Wrightsville Beach, but we made the most of it and we managed to get to, I'm looking for, here it is. I was looking for my punch. We did manage to get to the beach every day, so that's a good thing. All right, so now I want to make my penguin. And you could make the penguin so it's got a front and then just the plain black for the penguin, but I thought it looked more interesting and fun to have the penguin features on both sides of it. Elizabeth, thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate that. So because we're making a penguin on both the front and the back for our card, you want to double up everything you're punching. So that means I'll punch 2 of the black penguin bodies. And then this other piece is for the white part of your penguin. So you get that tuxedo look for your penguin. And then I need 2 feet for each of the penguins, front and back, for a total of 4. I just find it easiest to punch everything at once. Die cut everything, punch everything, stamp, and then we will assemble the card. So the next thing I want to do is put some features on this penguin. And we're going to start with the eyes. Yeah, aren't penguins fun, Penny? They really are. Trying to get this just right. Years ago, when my daughters were much younger than they are now, we did a penguin encounter at the Cincinnati Zoo. Oh, so much fun. And this will tell you how long ago it was. Do you remember when American Idol started, who the three judges were? Simon Cowell. Oh no, I'm not gonna. Randy, what's his name? I want to say Johnson. That's not right. Randy Jackson and Paula Abdul. Well, the three penguins in the Penguin Encounter were named Simon, Randy, and Paula. So that tells you how long ago it was, but it was so much fun. If you ever have the opportunity to do something like that, please do, because it was a blast. It really was. Okay, before I put my penguins together, I am going to stamp these beaks. And I'm using Mango Melody to stamp the beaks. And I also used Mango Melody cardstock to punch the little feet. One thing I want to point out on the stamp set, here are the two eyes. They come as one stamp, so that makes it really easy to line them up. You also get two beak stamps. I'm using this one because it gives you the front view of the beak as if you're looking at the penguin from the front, but it also has this one so that when you're looking at a penguin from the side, like on this one, sliding down the snowbank, it would go on the front, on the right side there. Okay. Oh, Penny, Google Eyes would be so fun too. And all kids love Google Eyes, don't they? I guess anybody does, really. Okay, so now I'm going to put my little penguin guys together. And as far as a guide of where to put the white piece onto the black, I used this stamp image. And you can see that it comes very close to the bottom of our black part of our penguin. So I'm going to do the same thing. And also that that forward-facing penguin, you can stamp it and then you can punch it out with our punch as well as the feet. Okay, so lots of fun. To put on the feet, I'm just adding 2 small dots of glue. And then I'll just add the feet by dropping them right on top of that glue. Super easy. They will take a moment to dry. Glue dots would also be, the mini glue dots would be another way to add the feet to your penguins. Okay, I'm going to let these dry for, a few seconds. And while they are drying, I'm going to add the scallop circle to my designer series paper. I'm also using multi-purpose glue for this. Now, when I die cut the circle through the DSP and the card base at the same time, I'm left with this outer circle kind of embossed in there. And I'm using that as a guide for this very narrow line of glue all the way around. And you want to try and get it very close to the edge of that cutout circle, the edge of that hole. Lay this on top. Press it down. It'll take a few seconds to dry with the multi-purpose glue, but run your finger along here and make sure it's all lined up nicely. Okay, it should look as if we cut through this at the same time. Oh, Marilyn, what a good friend you have to share googly eyes. I love it. And thank you for sharing this video, this live video. So this is how it's going to go on, but I'm still not ready to attach this. The next thing we're going to do is add some string, or I'm using baker's twine. Today we have this, what do we call it? Baker's Twine Essential Packs with 5 different colors. This is in our annual catalog, and I love it because I reach for one packet and I have a choice of different colors of Baker twine to use. Now the next part is very, very important. I've been using my multi-purpose glue, but for the rest of the card assembly, please use a very, very strong adhesive. I'm using our Stampin' Seal Plus. It's made for, to be extra strong. It's great for 3D projects, things like that. Another glue that I would suggest for adhering or assembling the rest of the card is our tear and tape. That is just as strong. So Stampin' Seal Plus and tear and tape would be, oops, what did I do? I just moved that. I knew that. I guess I caught that. Let me grab another one. I just caught that. And I'm trying to think, where did I put it? Here it is. Now I've got, hold on, looking. Now I just told you use the, here it is, the Stampin' Seal Plus. So I want to make sure I pulled out the right one. And where is, oh, for heaven's sakes. Here we go, Mary. Oh, flabbergasted now. Oh, for heaven's sakes. Come on, Mary. You can tell I don't change these very often, do I? Aha! There we go. See what vacation does to me? A little vacation. Oh, goodness. Okay, now we're ready to roll, literally. So I'm putting the Stampin' Seal Plus, my extra strong adhesive, all on the back side of both of these penguins. And the reason I'm doing that is because, number one, when I put them together with the baker's twine in between, I don't want any spaces. I don't want them to separate at all. And the other reason I want you to use either the Stampin' Seal Plus or our tear and tape, because they're so strong, is that you don't want to take a chance of the string coming out from between the penguins or pulling out from the card. And I'll show you what I mean when we add this to our finished card. So then you're just going to put the 2 penguins together, back to back. A little piece of glue or adhesive sticking out there. And you want to squeeze real tight. And I just wanted that baker's twine to go right down the center between those two. Got a little bit of adhesive sticking out here. There we go. So now, again, continue using your strongest adhesive. And I'm going to put plenty of adhesive above and below that die cut circle. Then I'm going to just lay, I can cut some of this off now. But again, make sure you have plenty of baker's twine. I'm going to set my penguin right in the center of that cutout circle. And then holding that down, I'm going to pull the string taut above and below. And if you need to pick it up and adjust it, you can do that. One thing too, I'll give you another tip here. Make sure that if you are adding something like a hat or antlers, do that and make sure that your circle is large enough, number one. And number two, say for example, you have the hat on, make sure you put that hat on before you lay your penguin with the baker's twine on the card, because you don't want the hat being so high that, or the penguin so high that maybe the hat catches at the top of the circle or something like that. So you just want to be very cognizant of that. Now, when you have that baker's twine with your penguin in place, I like to go over it one more time with that super strong adhesive. And you can see I am super generous with the adhesive on this type of card. The last thing you want is to put in all this time and effort for something so cute, and then somebody opens it up, gives it a little twirl or push with their finger, and that string pulls out. So another thing I do is pull the ends down in the opposite direction and just go over it one more time. That's a part where you can't go wrong with having too much adhesive, okay? Now this creates a tiny bit of bulk, not much, but I want to be sure that all the way around the DSP stays real secure, and that it lays flat. So I'm using extra adhesive, especially at the top and bottom, because if I don't put any there on the DSP, it might pull away. Oh, Penny, that's a good idea. Use some packing tape. If you don't have the Stampin' Seal or our tear-in tape, you can always use packing tape on the string. Good idea. Very resourceful. And now you're just going to add your DSP. Make sure it's centered on your card front and that the circle edges all match up. So again, it should look like one, like you cut it all out at once. And then just press that down, especially where you have that string hidden. Okay. And then there is your little penguin spinner card. I'm going to add white to the inside, but before I adhere this, I'm just going to stamp some snowflakes. And then I have this strip that I'm going to use. You know what? I'm not sure I like the white on that DSP. I think I'm going to switch it out for a strip of fresh freesia. I think this will show up better. So I'm just going to cut a 1/2-inch strip. And for the sentiment I'm using, I need it to be 3 1/4 inches long. I'm first going to punch each end with the Banner's Pick a Punch. And then I'm going to stamp to the coolest friend ever. Be sure that you're commenting. If you're watching, be sure that you're commenting because somebody is going to win this card. And then I'm going to ink that up with Fresh Freesia ink. Stamp it. Whoops. And you can see that the Fresh Freesia ink on the Fresh Freesia cardstock shows up very well. I'm going to use some mini glue dots, no, not glue dots, mini dimensionals to add this. Whoops. And you know what? I was going to stamp the little bow tie on there. This one I actually stamped in fussy cut, but I guess I can do the same thing here. Straight line things are always super easy to fussy cut, even these little things. So what do you think of the spinner card? Joan, you made me laugh. Joan says she hasn't purchased this bundle yet, but how can she resist now with such a cute card? I'm telling you, these penguins, they are super cute, even if you're not into penguins. My gosh, as soon as I saw it, and I'm like, you know, I'm not a big animal person. I don't have all kinds of stuff everywhere, but as soon as I saw the penguins, I was like, okay, that is super cute. I'm gonna have to put that on my list. And then when Stampin' Up told us that new recruits could get or choose a free bundle when they sign up, I thought, oh, this is absolutely so fabulous that this is one of the 12 bundles that people can choose from. Okay, so here's my sample card. And then here's the one I made with you. This is the one I'll be giving away. Oh, Joan says cute cards for her nieces and nephews. Yes, I totally agree. All kids would love these. And actually, I'm going to make 3 and I'm going to be sending them to my littles later this year. But I thought, you know what? They're so cute. Just make them now. So that's what I'm going to do. Oh, Jamie, what a fabulous idea. Put little pearls on to make it a she. That would be fabulous, like a little pearl necklace. Oh, baby cards too. You guys are awesome. I love these ideas. Okay, here's another one I made. Gosh, now I wish I had put pearls on that one because I'll be sending that one to Ainsley. But maybe I'll switch it out and give her a bow at the top of her head, and I have to put a little bow tie there. But this is another one I made. So there you see we have just some fabulous fun cards. Maybe the first time you make a spinner card might seem a little bit tricky, but really once you've made one, they're quite easy. So I hope you'll give the spinner cards a try. And when you do, I hope that you will share them. Take a picture, send them to me, send the picture to me, or post it here on Stampin' Piece with Mary Knabe on Facebook, because that way lots of people get to see your wonderful work. Great idea. Unfortunately, now, well, Pat, sorry, not sorry. I'm not sure what to say about that. But I have made, like I said, made several things with the Penguin Place bundle. It is a class to go that I will be announcing on August 22nd. I've been working on the marketing for that. I've got the samples made, so that will come out in 2 weeks. So lots of fun, lots of fun. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like what you see here on Stampin' Piece with Mary Knabe, please be sure to like this business page, L-I-K-E, at the top under the banner. And also please share my page with others. I would appreciate very much. And if there is anything I can do for you and to help you make the most of our summer celebration by either shopping, hosting, or joining and getting some freebies from exclusive free products, I should say, please let me know. I'm happy to help you, and I'd love for you to choose me as your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator or choose to be on my Merry Stampers team. Have a great Monday. I will see you Wednesday evening at 8 p.m. right back here on Stampin' Piece with Mary Knabe.